Hello, welcome back to another episode. In this episode, you are conducting investigation on another remote access Trojan from a different family, DarkCrystal or DCRAT. So actually, it's a well-known remote access Trojan and still being used. And actually, based on the Malpedia, it's has been active around maybe June 2019. So actually, it's maybe 5 to 6 years, and still the sample is active and abused by maybe international threat actors and threat adversaries. But actually, we are conducting our investigation through static analysis, and we will try to get more information as possible about this rod and about functionalities, capabilities, what's different that Coast Rod, Agent Tesla, and Nebula Worm, and maybe Dower Comet and Ardemax Keylogger. Of course, malware in default, they are all closer to each other. They are all have a close related functionalities and capabilities, but actually, of course, there are some different in a codes, in a functionalities and capabilities. So in this episode, we are trying to learn about the Dark Crystal Rod or DC Rod to see how can what which survives, which a feature in Windows it trying to exploit, trying to abuse to for maybe for offensive purpose. So let's start. So actually, from hand.io and malware families DCRAT, it mentioned DCRAT info stealing Windows and remote access Trojan. So actually, DCRAT, also known as a DarkCrystal rod, is a remote access Trojan that emerged in 2018. Notably, it's operate malware as service, mass like a ransomware, and allowing cyber criminals to purchase and deploy with the ACE and modular decision enable a wide range of malicious activities, including data theft, espionage, and remote surveillance. And actually, the references and other information you can try to read it and get more information about the Dark Crystal and DC Rod. So actually, let's try to conducting some basic analysis of a Dark Crystal and see what's inside it. It's a packet or not packet. So let's get us some basic analysis. It could be a DLL. But actually, one of the most important point: do not relying on names. Okay, because threat actor always trying to mimic a names and to misdirect it, malware reverse engineer and leave up analyzing. But actually, it mentioned it's a .dll, but actually it's a MZ. So okay, there are questions. The CSR file, the DLL file, the exe file, the CPL file, and the sys file. It's of course it's have a PE signature MZ. So actually, how we know that's not DLL file? Actually, it's executable file, and we can conducting our investigation continuously. So actually, we can try to use PEID. Okay, and then we will try to use a detect easy. So actually, if we just drag and drop, it tell us nothing found. Why? Because it may be the PAID database signature doesn't capable for detecting this capabilities. So let's try to use detect easy and get information about it. So actually, it's written by .NET, VB.NET, and protected by .NET Reactor. Just remember, there are many differences between obfuscated, packet, and protected, because the packers have three different layers: protectors, encryption, and also some kind of encoding and obfuscation. Okay, so let's try to go to advanced and check the entropy, and the .text section has been packed. Hopefully, it's very easy to deobfuscate the .NET Reactor. Okay, we are just move to Google and go to google.com and .NET Reactor Slayer, and we will try to download it through GitHub and go to release and download windows.zip, and back to download, and right click. Oh, I'm sorry. Just right click, extract all, and extract. Again, open the GUI, more info, and run anyway. It's just smart screen. And we'll wait until, okay, so we will choose, the sample, and just click start deobfuscation. Okay, and we will wait for a while until it's decoding and deobfuscate, deprotecting this protected executable by .NET Slayer. Just don't care about this notification. It takes us some times to fully decrypting stuffs. Okay, so I think in some way it has been deobfuscated. Okay, so again we will try to open detect easy. Okay, that's very clear. It's not a DLL. Go to string, and we have a much more information actually, but it contained one DLL. I believe it trying to drop it, or maybe it's just a mimic. Again, let's try to open the PEID.exe. PEID. Okay, and again, so that's the same. Actually, it's because of a packet. As I mentioned, the PEID maybe doesn't have the signature to detect it and identify .NET Reactor. And we have another great tool. It's called for and all fault detectors. We just open it again, run anyway. Don't care about smart screen. We will just gonna drag and drop to this software, and it start analyzing. Look, this process bar, and yeah. Again, let's move to some important information. So trying to persistent through registry, because we have a WinReg, and actually it's some information. It's an entropy. That means it's not a packet. File access, and also trying to do PowerShell.exe, yes, script it, CMD, and maybe use a temp or update for persistence. Maybe trying to communicate through Telegram, or trying to exfiltrate the Telegram, the IP addresses, maybe trying to communicate or add it to blacklist some resources. Oh my god, intelligence strings. So that's a very good information for us as a static schedule task. Oh, so actually, I got one idea. I got an idea about the DarkCrystal rod. It tried to do something else. It trying to create a schedule task by name telegram.exe. That's one of my idea. It trying to create a schedule task by name telegram.exe. It's some way to mimic a security researcher, or maybe the user. So actually, let's try to open the resource hacker to see there are any resources, because there are always drag and drop DCRAT into the resource hacker. Again, there are some information. There are no any kind of the embedded PEB or portable executable file into the resource section. So just open the DN Spy. It's a 32-bit. So actually, we'll use DN Spy 32-bit version. It can make our analysis a little bit easier. Again, the import table. We don't care about this only DLL. Let's try to check detect easy again for DLL, and this ROT. Go to import. So actually, it's may some way trying to hide others. The other import address table. Let's try to use other tools to some others indication, because as I mentioned it, we don't have to always rely on one tool by itself, because threat actors always have some way to bypass this. this signature and so on. Again, we have some DLL over here. Okay, so never rely on one tools alone because it try to misdirect whole of your malware analysis report. So drag and drop DCRAT into DNSpy to get a more information. The name is a changing or encoding is some way. So actually just a right click and go to entropy. We will get a whole of a bunch information about the each section. Okay, let's try to go to modules or resources. There are no embedded resources over there, and go to module. This module, no. I think let's ignore the module. Go to the classes and read a code about the classes itself and see the mechanism of the classes and what information that available inside these classes. No escape sequences and the other stuff. So actually, they are maybe looking for tokens and other stuff is unknown command plugins. I don't know what's the meaning of the plugin by itself. Go to classes, this one. Okay. So actually it's one of the important information for us. I mean, it's maybe the capabilities of the malware itself, like screens, webcams, microphones, Steam path, Steam, Telegram path, Discord, and the other stuffs. And go to checks. It's a basic for maybe look like it, create flag and get information about the process and the others command line and the temp file. Try maybe drop this file into temp, or maybe trying to check, but base it in the of the code, trying to drop it, not for checking. Okay, because it's a means to write all text. Okay, and that's a user profile temp as we mentioned from the strings. Let's go. Maybe trying to drop into user. Public users. Local. It's maybe for network. The local network and other stuff is. Create motek is it maybe registry stuffs. Oh, it's maybe in some kind geofenced. Maybe who knows, but we need a more investigation about the DCRAT to see the main functionalities and main capabilities. It trying to use a current version maybe, or to write to get a information about the installed products, maybe who knows, but actually based on the software. And let's try to check it. We will go to regedit and maybe HK local machine and trying to go to software. Let's try to look like this. There are no. But actually, let's try to this one. Software. I'm just trying to go to software. Microsoft Windows NT. Software. Actually, go to the systems. Software. Microsoft. No, this one's actually Oh my God, where's it? System. Software. Microsoft, and then check for Windows, then trying to check for current version, and again check for maybe Windows NT. Let's try yes, Windows NT, maybe Windows NT, Microsoft. Oh, no, Microsoft, trying to check for Windows NT. Windows NT is not available. Maybe yeah, that's a Windows NT current version. And then let's try product name. Yeah. I got it. Product name. Check for product name. Profile. Passwords. Not be in this version, but let's try to HK current users. HK current user. And again, Windows NT and get more info. Windows NT current version. I think it's the same way in trying to where's the current version? I think try to check for installed plugin, installed products. Go to this classes Again, there are no much more information. And classes, this one. Oh, image GPG and the important stuff. P. I think it trying to communicate. It trying to communicate with the web server in the same way. Let's back to the class A image.jpg and some paths. Where is it? Yes, that's .php, and that's, I mean, the parameter and maybe the query. Okay, that's very good. That's a very good indication actually for our sample. Let's try to classes 11 path and copy path the other path. Maybe we'll try to find the important stuffs, but actually let's try to Microsoft.NET Framework and DP. Let's try to find some networking stuff related, and to have a much more and important. If yeah, that actually I have mentioned it. I have mentioned it. Trying to find something or trying to download something that's a custom user agent. Okay, okay, multi-part and the other stuffs, but actually it should try to communicate with us somewhere. Let's but just we have to looking for and find it. It may be in somewhere in this code, but actually it takes sometimes and to finding, because it's maybe have some other functionalities that's a date and time, maybe the DCRAT and others doesn't have, or maybe it's responsible for start date and kill date. That's some regular expression. Okay, let's try to find the other stuffs. The other, it's maybe for keylogging, who knows. Let's try, oh my god, get a location information and get the other stuffs. Let's try to move on and what see inside it. Yeah. And maybe for some keylogging stuffs, who knows. VM method conjunction, maybe. Oh my god, that's actually it's a contains some great information, and we have a lot of classes to start investigation on it. Some again regular expression and the other stuffs, actually it's available inside it. Some interesting string, maybe, who knows. Again, some other regular expression, and go to this classes. There are no much information, just pass it, and it's, oh my god, it's very long. It's maybe EL spy or EL coding style, but it's actually flash state and the other states. Who knows? Memory, data error, insufficient memory, incompiled version, buffer error. It contains some much important information actually, but it's a very long code actually. Maybe all of them is not a be useful for us, but let's try to go to a little bit down and go to streams, stream 3. There are actually, it's not a much important information. gzip, some compression stuff is actually. So actually it's a take a long time to gotta investigate of the whole operation that this sample is have. But actually let's try to find through flosses actually, because it's a take a lot of time, maybe up to maybe 1 hours or 40 minutes just for conducting investigation on this sample by alone and by itself. So I don't want to waste your time. Just have a wide version of this RAT functionalities and see what information is contained and what we can found through this sample itself. Let's never and download this, and let's look for HTTP web response, HTTP actually explore.exe, download stream, download file.exe. Actually, yeah, it has some more information, some user agent is and the other stuffs, and you can try to read it file and some GUID maybe. So MAC addresses, oh Oh my god. Let's try to search. Let's try to search. Let's try to I mean search. Let's try to searching of all files and all above, because it may be designed for targeted I mean targeted victim, maybe who knows. And maybe use different algorithm, different comparison, different stuff, different regular expression. I think we have a PDB. Let's try toad PDB. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay, so actually, it's a full overall of our investigation on DCRAT, DarkCrystal rod. Actually, it's a little bit different, but again, same functionalities that all remote access trojans have. And if you like this video like this, please do not forget like and subscribe. And that's encourage me to upload a new videos and share a new insights for the community with a different version and with a different ideology and different techniques, because I don't want to make a stuff's hard and tell you that everything is to take a long time. Actually, analyzing a malware is something that based on the time, basing on the experience, and basing on the tools, technique, and most importantly is a mindset. But actually, inshallah, by God help, I will try to get a knowledge for myself and there share this insight and this knowledge to the community, to the world, without any differences in religion, ideology, nationality, and other stuff, because we are all human, we are all created by God, and we have to help each other. Bye bye.